concert grand piano is a masterpiece of 18th century mechanical engineering. In fact, it's pretty hard to describe exactly what it is that makes a piano sound like a piano.
It has a lot to do with the physical living being and presence of wood and wire and vibrations. When you're playing a piano, what happens is a lot of complex things happen at the same time.
Most musicians consider even the best digital pianos to be inferior to the real thing. But Yamaha has set out to change that with their new line of AvantGrand pianos.
See what I mean?
Back in 1995, Yamaha engineers began working on a top-secret project, a digital piano good enough to replace an acoustic.
And so Yamaha's concept, clear back then, 14 years ago, was to create the ultimate virtual piano.
The AvantGrand manages to simulate both the sound and the feel of an acoustic piano. The sound is based on Yamaha's $135,000 concert model.
We used a 9-foot concert grand piano, our Yamaha CF3S, and did our sampling in 4 different positions on the piano rather than the traditional 3.
Because a single keystroke causes multiple strings to vibrate, Yamaha sampled each of the 88 keys with 256-note polyphony. In the AvantGrand, each sampling location was recreated with speakers.
Of course, it's all compressed here because this is 51 inches deep, not 9 feet long. And so what we have here is in the speaker placement, there are 2 speakers facing up for the high and mid range, and 1 speaker facing down for the low range at each of these spots. They positioned these speakers so that they would transmit the sound back out the same way an acoustic grand does, striking the lid of the piano, the back of the music desk, and so on, exactly the way an acoustic piano generates that sound. You hear a 9-foot concert grand bass note gradually dying away, just like they do. Hear the ringing afterwards? That, and you can hear the hammer drop off too. And that's that 3-dimensional modeling I was talking about.
In the right hands, the piano sounds pretty good. But just making the piano sound right wasn't enough.
A pianist, no matter what the sound is, if it doesn't feel like a piano, they're going to know. So the objective was to trick the senses on every level.
But Yamaha didn't change everything. The keys, for instance, are exactly the same.
You can see lead weights in there. Do you see those? Okay, so this is an actual lead-weighted key piano action. It's the same action that's in our conservatory series pianos. Everything else will feel the same and sound the same, and there's special weighting and special mechanisms to make it feel exactly like a piano. But then when it comes right to the point where it's going to strike a hammer, it instead strikes the sensor rail, which triggers the sampled sounds. When music's played on an acoustic instrument, there are physical things that happen besides just a string vibrating.
So Yamaha decided that more than just the speakers should vibrate.
The soundboard, the wooden soundboard, actually does vibrate, physically vibrate. You can hear it get louder as I flex the board in response to the speakers. And the speakers, if you will, is the string vibration. The speakers are reproducing the vibration of the strings.
2 additional speakers are positioned behind the keyboard, and they also help resonate the soundboard.
So there's a little transducer array right here, and these speakers, as they speak in consort with the rest of the speakers within the piano, cause these vibrations to be gathered right in this area, and this goes down through the pedals. And so that provides the pedal effect of vibrations coming through, because that's one thing that's never been duplicated before.
There are 2 models of the AvantGrand. The flagship N3 lists at $20,000, while the upright N2 is $15,000. According to our testers, the AvantGrand still can't beat a $100,000 concert piano. But their performance does beat that of many acoustic pianos in the same price range.
But the feel of the piano and the vibrations and everything coming back through your body from this piano is what makes it truly different, truly unique.
For IEEE Spectrum, I'm Josh Romero.